to 150. Okay, we're going to go for it again? Yeah, go on. Alright, you can tell me when to make the turn. Right, go left, now. Keep it a little bit back pressure, keep the stick over. And there. Okay? Yep. Brilliant. Okay, head to the wind farm, we'll go back.
Now I'm guessing that for most of you folks watching this video, the closest you've come to flying a Warbird is in DCS or Microsoft Flight Simulator. Certainly that was my experience prior to my visit to old Warden Aerodrome a couple of weeks back. And one of the highlights of my life, which was the barrel roll you just saw. Actually, that was my second attempt. If you stick around, I'll show you my first effort. Of course, with a virtual reality headset and replica controls, you don't need a physical aircraft to feel like you really are flying a Warbird. You might have seen a video I made a few years back at the beginning of my journey creating AuthentiKit replica Spitfire controls. Now, of course, we have a full set of the primary controls for a Spitfire, as well as many other aircraft. Hundreds of people have built these controls at home from the free downloads, and they're even used by the Royal Air Force. Needless to say, I'm convinced my simulator experience using replica controls made a big contribution to the pilot Jeremy allowing me to execute that barrel roll, after I'd shown him a few tidy turns first. Anyway, let's get back to old Warden Aerodrome, and I'll explain the backstory a little more because, of course, I wasn't flying a Spitfire. Now, if you have deep pockets, you certainly can get yourself an experience flight in a two-seater Spitfire, and it's on my own bucket list. However, I also have a soft spot for the T6 Harvard, because it is the aircraft a great many Battle of Britain Spitfire pilots were trained on. And if you get in touch with T6 Harvard Limited, you can sit in exactly the seat I was in for a fraction the price of a Spitfire flight.
But to unlock the tail wheel in this, you have to push the stick all the way forward and then a little bit more. All right. And that pulls a pin out of a hole in the tail wheel and allows it to caster. But when you're in a tight manoeuvring spot like we were coming out of the parking area there, you've got to put a little bit of power on the taxi and then put your stick all the way forward, which is sort of counterintuitive to a tail wheel pilot. Yes.
The typical configuration of the Harvard even had the Spitfire-style spade grip in the front seat, as you've just seen as a replica control.
Okay, are you all set? All set. Okay, so imagine we've just been scrambled, we're now in a state of high dodging. Here we go.
And check out the throttle, it's almost identical to the P40B throttle, which we also have an AuthentiKit solution for.
And we're airborne. Okay, here we go. Oh, I can feel that blow going into my head. Oh, mate, it was leaving my head. Beautiful. Is that a full roll, or does it call that a half Cuban? We call that a half Cuban. Yeah. And we'll do another roll if you like. Fabulous. How are you feeling? Good. Yeah, it's smooth, isn't it? It is.
Very quickly after takeoff, my pilot Jeremy got straight into demonstrating some aerobatic manoeuvres, Battle of Britain style. And then he offered me the controls.
Yesterday I was Jeff Coningsby being told how to do a barrel roll. There you go. Do you reckon I can do one? Yeah, okay, I have control for a moment. Yeah, okay, tell me through it. Yeah, you hold it, you follow me, and then I'll give you control and tell you to do it. Okay? Now hang on, let's get the speed, you're losing speed, so let's get the speed to 150. 150, okay? And then when we have, pull it up, get your feet on the horizon. When I say go, bang the aileron over and hold it there. Yeah, will do, okay. Okay, back the feet now, back feet on the horizon. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. Now, bang! Oh, a little bit of negative G there. I hope I didn't blow your limits. No, I have control. Alpha Sierra Tango, turning final 02.
Alpha Sierra Tango, runway 02, land your discretion, the surface wind 310 degrees, 6 knots.
Sierra Tango.
I think you can see from my face how much I enjoyed this Warbird experience in the Harvard T6. In fact, the whole day was absolutely tremendous. We had to get ourselves back on the ground pretty sharpish, as the main event of the day at Old Warden was their Festival of Flight.
Very nice. We are down.
If you haven't been to Old Warden Aerodrome before, as I hadn't, I would strongly recommend a visit. It's the home of the Shuttleworth collection, which maintains around 40 vintage aircraft in full flying condition, all the way back to a 1909 Blériot.
What is that thing? That's a de Havilland Comet.
Several times a year they hold air shows when these amazing aircraft take to the air, and it's an absolute joy to watch. Well, that's all for now, folks. I will leave you with the final image of the de Havilland Comet, arguably the most beautiful aircraft I saw fly that day. And if you're keen to get in the seat of the T6, the details are in the description, as are the download links for all our AuthentiKit replica controls, if you want to get some flying experience in before you take to the air. The downloads are free, but you'll need a 3D printer, or join our community and ask one of the guys in our community-approved printing team to print some parts for you at mates rates. Happy flying, folks, and bye for now.